That dog sounds pissed,
a slurred voice said.
Gonna take a chunk out of somebody.
Sheriff Bree Taggerts closed the door of her official SUV and located the source of the voice on the sagging front porch of a 3-story house. In the dim glow of a dirty porch light, a group of college-age males clustered, commenting on the police activity and gesturing with red plastic cups. Empty cans and bottles ringed the yard like soap scum in a bathtub. They must be too drunk to feel the cold. Bree stepped onto the sidewalk and tugged a knit cap over her ears just as the brand-new K-9 unit cruised to a stop at the curb. In the back of the specialized vehicle, a black German shepherd barked. 2 weeks before, Deputy Lori Collins and Greta had passed their certification, and the team was officially part of the Randolph County Sheriff's Department. So far, they'd helped find a couple of drug stashes, but this would be Greta's first real manhunt. One of the drunk guys said something Bree didn't catch. Another replied, "Dude, I dare you." She crossed the lawn and pointed at the intoxicated young men. "Do not come off that porch." Young drunks made stupid decisions. Bree would not allow one of those stupid decisions to get a bystander or deputy killed tonight.
"You can't make us do anything."
A blond guy wearing a "my daddy's a lawyer" sneer crossed his arms over his chest. Bree had no time for his insolence. "If you leave that porch, I will arrest you for public drunkenness." She spotted a pimply-faced younger man vomiting over the porch rail. "Is everyone in that building over 21? Underage drinking is against the law, as is serving alcohol to anyone not of legal age."
"This is private property."
The blonde's smug look faded to contempt.
"If you put me in jail, my father will hand you your ass."
"You'll still spend the night there." Bree held his gaze with her own unwavering one. Party Boy must have recognized Bree's no-bullshit glare because he backed down with a final bitter glower. After he broke eye contact, she returned to her vehicle. Except for the party house, the street was quiet on an early Monday evening. People in this neighborhood were survivors. They excelled at not getting involved. As soon as the police cars rolled in, residents hustled into their homes. Mothers called their children inside. Doors were shut, deadbolts thrown. But Bree had no doubt the neighborhood was watching from behind drawn curtains. She turned back to the job at hand. Bree's chief deputy, Todd Harvey, approached with Deputy Juarez. They gathered at the back of the K-9 unit.
"We're here to serve an arrest warrant on Travis Ekin. Travis is currently living at his mother's house, that ramshackle 2-story down the block."
Bree double-checked the address on the warrant. Every line on the paperwork had to be perfect. Travis was the worst of the worst. He was wanted for the rape and murder of 53-year-old Tamara Jenkins. The week before the murder, Travis had assaulted the victim's daughter, 22-year-old Emma Jenkins, and attempted to force her into his car. She'd barely gotten away. Her mother had called 911. Travis had committed most of his crimes before Bree's tenure as sheriff, but his rap sheet read like an episode of Justified. He had 2 previous drug convictions, for which he'd served barely a year in jail. He'd been arrested 3 times for sexual assault, but the charges had been dropped every time when the victims refused to testify. No one could prove witness intimidation, but Travis's violent, drug-dealing family had a reputation in the area. Everyone knew not to cross them, and if someone broke that rule, they paid dearly. Mrs. Jenkins served as the latest example. Bree had Travis cold this time. The dumbass had worn a condom and gloves but left his DNA on a glass of lemonade he'd taken from the victim's fridge. Crumbs on the corpse indicated he'd eaten the woman's homemade oatmeal cookies over her violated body. Additional DNA on the plate suggested he'd licked it clean.